Hello everyone. This is our second review lesson for Unit 4. So in this one we're going to cover the financial math that we did. So as per usual, we're going to go through our list of the different things we covered and what you need to know how to do. Okay, so the first thing we talked about was simple interest. And like we did in the last note, I'm going to jot down the formulas. You will have them on a formula sheet. Okay, right? But again, it's your responsibility to know what the different things mean in the equations. Okay, so there were two versions of the equation for this. The first one is I equals PRT, right? So that means that the interest you earn is equal to the principal times the interest rate, as decimal, times the length of time in years. Okay, there's also one for the final amount, right? A equals P times 1 plus RT. That will take you to the final amount of the investment with the interest added in. Key thing about simple interest is the idea that you're only earning the interest on the original principal. You earn it for a certain length of time, and then at the end of the investment, it gets deposited and it's done. Okay, for compound interest, the formula is slightly different because the way that works is that in compound interest, interest is deposited at regular intervals, right? So you earn interest for a while, it gets deposited, and now you start earning interest on the new balance. So it means you get to earn interest on interest, and it grows faster than simple interest does. Okay, so its formula is A equals P 1 plus I to the N. Okay, we're getting P is still principal, I is the interest rate per compounding period, and N is the total number of compounds. Okay, along with that, you need to know what the different compounding periods are, right? So if I say it's monthly, you know that's 12 times a year. If I say it's bi-weekly, you know that it's 26 times a year, right? So be familiar with the different types of compounding periods because you need them to work this formula. Okay, then we got into annuities, right? An annuity is when you make a regular deposit, or if it's for a loan, you know, a regular payment to pay it off. But the key thing being it's just a regular repeated payment of some kind, right? In both simple and compound interest, it's just one amount and that's it. Okay, so we looked at two formulas for this. Okay, the first one was the future value formula. Okay, that's kind of when you're saving money for something and seeing what it adds up to at the end. Okay, so the future value formula looks like this. Okay, FV equals PMT 1 plus I to the N minus 1 all over I. Okay, again, where that formula came from when we developed it, okay, is that basically an annuity is doing a geometric series and adding them up. And this is what it comes out to when you run it through that process. Okay, we had a similar formula for debt, okay, or what's called the present value of an annuity. Okay, so in that situation, the money is, you know, the loan is taken up front, or you have money up front and it's paying out, something like that. So its formula is P equals PMD. Okay, and then 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative N all over I. Okay, so those are the four formulas, I guess 5 formulas that we learned. Okay. So you'll have that on the formula sheet, but it's up to you to know, what situation to use it in and what the different variables mean in those expressions. Okay. So we'll do a few examples to refresh how this works, and we'll be good. So example 1. Determine the final amount of $1,200 invested at 4%. And for part A, we're going to do that with simple interest. Okay, because I'm asking for the final amount, we'll use that final amount formula, right? A equals P 1 plus RT. Okay, on the side here, we'll write down what I know. So my principal is 1200. Okay, my R is 4%, so it's 0.04. Okay, and I'm just realizing I didn't put a time frame on this, so I'm going to need to add something in. Let's say simple interest for, I don't know, 10 weeks. Okay. So 10 weeks, the way I use this, right, T is the time in years. So I'm going to set that as a fraction, right? It would be 10 over 52. This is for 10 weeks. So now we just fill it into our formula. 1200, 1 plus 0.04 times 10 over 52. And then it's just a matter of running it through our calculator. So rounding off, I got 12.09 and 23 cents. Okay, so in 10 weeks, we've earned a little over $9 in interest. Okay. Same investment, compounded quarterly. And again, I forgot time period. So let's say this is for 2 years. Okay. So we're doing compound interest now. So that formula is A equals B 1 plus I to the N. So on the side, now let's fill in what we know. So our principal is still 1200. Okay, I is the interest rate per compounding period. So I have 0.04. Okay, it's quarterly. So I'm going to divide that by 4. So 0.01. Okay, and N is my total number of compounds. So I'm doing this for 2 years, and I'm doing it 4 times a year. So it's going to be 8 total compounds. So again, we got it set up. So we'll just fill in our formula. 1.01 to the power of 8. Okay, and let's see what we get. Okay, and again, rounding it off, we're going to get $12.99 and 43 cents. Okay, so we got just under $1,300 there. Okay. Okay, part C, again, same investments, but we're going to deposit it in monthly installments of $100 compounded monthly. Okay, so that means for this one, we have an annuity, okay, because I'm making regular installments. Okay, so we have our PMT. Our regular payment is going to be $100. Okay, I, so we have 0.04. Okay, now it's going in monthly, so we have to divide that by 12. Okay, so that is 0.003 repeating. Okay, and for N, well, if I break this up into monthly installments for $1,200, I'm going to have 12 of those. Okay, it's going to be for 1 year if we do it this way. So our formula is future value equals PMT 1 plus I N minus 1 all over I. So we're making $100 installment. Okay, 1 plus I, pardon me, we can put our value there. So again, key thing here, especially for the interest rate, because I've got that 3 repeating, right? You should be using lots of decimal places in there to make sure the answer is going to be accurate. Okay. And that's all divided by 0.0033333333. Okay. And once again, it's just a matter of running through our calculator and seeing what we get. $1,222.25. Okay. Okay, for our next example, we're going to look at this. So Zoe buys a home for $350,000. She has a 25-year mortgage at 3.6%. So part A is what will the monthly payment be? Okay, and B is what is the interest cost of the mortgage? Okay. Now, I'm just going to say up front, this mortgage question, it's going to be a tiny bit inaccurate because of the way mortgages work. We're not going to go into any detail. This is going to be close enough for what we're doing. Okay. But for the monthly payment, okay, we have our information. So we'll start setting up our formula. Okay, it's a debt. Okay, so that's the version of the formula I'm going to be using. Okay, right. So my principal that I'm borrowing for this home is $350,000. Okay, we are looking for our payment. Okay, for a value of I, it's 0.036 divided by 12, which is 0.003. Okay, and then for N, okay, it's 25 years and it's 12 times per year. So it's 300 payments to make on this mortgage. Okay, so now we'll flip forward the formula, okay, which again is P equals PMT 1 plus I. Wait a minute, that's not the right one. We're doing a debt now. 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative n all over I. Okay, so my debt is $350,000. We are solving for payment. 1 minus 1.003 to the negative 300 all over 0.003. Okay, again, as we discussed in class, there's more than one way you can run this through. Personally, what I like to do is I'm just going to run through this part first. So I have payment times something, and then go from there. So I've got $350,000 on this side equals PMT times 197.6273991. Okay, so right, to solve for payments, I'm going to take my mortgage value there and divide it by that decimal. Okay, so for our payment, we get $1,771.01 per month. Okay, so that is a monthly mortgage payment. Okay, for part B, what is the interest cost of the mortgage? Okay, well, the way we figure that out is we're going to figure out how much Zoe actually spends here in the lifetime of the mortgage. So this was the monthly payment. Okay, and we made 300 of those payments. So that comes out to $531,303. Okay, so that's how much you actually spent on the lifetime of the mortgage. So the difference between that and the original value would be our interest cost. Okay, so 531,303 minus $350,000 equals $181,303. Okay, which is quite a bit. Yeah, you spent $181,000 in interest to have that mortgage. Okay, so that's a run through of how the different formulas work. So for practice, there's 5 questions from the textbook that would be useful for practicing those skills. Okay, or of course, you might still be working on the assignment you got at the start of the week, but make sure you've done enough so that you're ready for the test, which should be tomorrow. All right. Thanks for watching, and good luck on the test.